share. You want to hold off until I'm ready?
Oh,
You can see this screen, correct?
Yeah, kind of.
Is it too big? Is it so?
No, but I went ahead and pinched it open a little more.
Okay, great. So how this is built is on WordPress, obviously, WordPress 6, and then there's the most popular website builder in the world for WordPress is called Elementor, and that is what we use to display the different stuff on the page and forms and stuff like that. So on any page that's here, you'll actually see that it says Elementor beside it. So there's a couple ways to get at the content. One is from the back. You can go ahead and edit here. But the easiest way is just to, let's say you want to make a change to the home page here. You can just click Edit with Elementor, and I'll launch this builder. The concepts are very simple. There are sections. There are sometimes one or more column within a section. And then there's a bunch of content widgets that display things. So, for example, you'll see this. This is a section. This is a single column, and this is a title widget. You'll see on the left side, a heading. And then this is a secondary head for that content. This is an image, which you can change any of these. So how we built this is that we have, for instance, section, then we have a headline that traverses both one column, and then we have two columns in this section with a sub or an intersection. So these concepts are basically section, column or columns, and then content widgets. A widget or an element, the 90% of what you're going to use is the top. Because if you think about sites, there's headlines, there's text, there's images, there might be video, there's navigation. Those are all of those are edited with within the Elementor builder. So let me go back to the page, and we'll go to a different page. We'll go to the services page for Balancer Pro. So how this is built, again, at Elementor, we have this top section, and that has a title. Now, if you notice on the left, when you click the section, you're editing the section, there's a common construct called layout, style, and advanced. And in the content, like a heading, there's content, style, and advanced. So you'll see that everything is already styled the way that we built it. So this section, if you want to edit something, you just literally type in the box. Some new content. Oops, spelled it wrong. Content can go here. And then once I hit update, it would be live. So you're in draft mode until you publish. I'm obviously not going to publish that. I've also made it, there's a way to click responsive mode so you can see what the site looks like on a phone. And that's how I laid out, made sure it wasn't bleeding to the edge on a phone so you could read it easily. And the fonts are a little bigger on a phone. Any questions? I mean, this is pretty.
How do I get into this to begin with?
Okay, so we would create a WordPress user for you. And I need to create one for you, Annie. I just need emails for the people that are going to be added here. Okay. And so you'll log in through a URL, and I'll send you that as well. And the good news is that for any of these, the usage of this builder, if I want to edit, like change this image or something, it's very easy. Just edit. If you want to change an image, you literally click the image and you can choose a different one or upload one that you want to replace it with. So changing images, changing text, changing headlines, changing anything is very easy once you have access to that. Other things that have been done is I hooked up the book now to the Vagaro booking engine that you guys use. The phone number here is clickable both in the header and on the content page. There's also a form here in the, it's actually part of the footer. This form emails right now. I added a reCAPTCHA so that you should get less spam. And right now it's being emailed to admin@performancerecoverynv.com.
Okay.
That's where the form is being sent to if someone fills that out.
Perfect.
And so that's kind of the overview. It's really simple to edit. And I've also, I didn't see that you had analytics set up. So one thing that I can do for you is to set up Google Analytics and Google Search Console to submit the new site to search engines with the sitemap. Mm-hmm. So that's something that is available. The plugin set is very simple. I'll walk you through that real quick. I have lifetime licenses for that, for pretty much everything we build on. So this is an SEO program. This is a caching program that makes the site pretty fast. There's some, if we do have to do maintenance on the site, there's a coming soon thing where you can see like site under maintenance if you need to make any changes or whatnot. The rest of it is just how we build templates. The good news is that there is because we build on Elementor, our kind of rule of thumb is that we only use plugins that have millions of users, including the page builder. So there's a bunch of resources, including some learning tools, some support, and there's a great video channel on YouTube as well. So there's a bunch of video collections. Like you could, maybe you want to do a pop-up and sign people up to a mailing list. It's very, these are the motion effects I used, how it kind of like subtly builds the page as you scroll. And so they have a great YouTube channel for basically as much as or as little as you want to learn about the page builder.
Okay, great. When I'm editing, or if I ever have to edit something on here, are you suggesting that I do it on a laptop, or can any of it be done on a phone or an iPad?
You can edit in any place you want. However, I would recommend editing on a laptop because you can expand the phone to see how it's going to look on a laptop. So if you make a change, I'll give you an example. Let's say we're going to add a new section. But you want to add a video and a little call to action here for sake of argument. You pick the layout you want. Let's say I want 2 boxes, and I'll show you how it's you click the widget box, and let's say I want a video. Oh, that's an image. Here, let's put a video in place. And then YouTube, Vimeo, or are the most common by far. And then you'd put maybe you want a headline over here, some text, and a button to say, have people like contact you, or so you basically just color the button. You can center it. It's easy to add spacing. Let's see, I want so I obviously know where all the things are, but basically content is what you said. New headline. And then the only time you're going to touch style is, depending on what you want to do with this button. But there's some tricks and tips that I can. I'll give you the address to. You can email support@quadshot.com if you have questions. But I can copy. Let me go to the header. Let's say I want to. I'm not going to save those things here, but you can actually copy a button and paste it somewhere else, for example. So it's really easy editing for that. This is a slider that has the only other thing is you can make specific. We had to make this slider for desktop because we have more real estate. In order to see the full screen, you can kind of go here. Mm-hmm. Okay. But that didn't fit well on mobile. So remember when I said there's responsive mode? And when I go here, this grays out and this is what shows. So you see the full width of the image, right? Mm-hmm. And the way that works is that in every section, there's only thing I use in advanced really are motion effects and responsive. So I hide this on desktop. And then on it's the opposite here. I hide this one on desktop, right? And this one's on desktop and this one is on mobile only. So that's why when I say I tend to work on a desktop so I can make sure that whatever I edit, how does it look on a phone, right? So on the phone, I have much smaller headline font, but the same text font, so that this fits in better. So for example, here, there's a typography only for the size of mobile. But when I go to desktop, it's much bigger, right? Because we want it to be desktop size. So we've got 60 as the font size. But 60 would take up all of the available space on mobile. So we make it a smaller font on mobile. So I guess what I'm saying is I recommend kind of working on a laptop so that you can go to responsive down here and click the mobile box to make sure it all works. Like I made sure the menu was legible and clickable on mobile, plus the phone numbers there all the time. But it's sticky so that on mobile, that doesn't go away. But I can go to services and go read everything that I can on desktop. It's just different sizes, right? Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right. Well, I think then that's it. What I should do is email you. We're going to get you some logins, and let's not have that recorded.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And if there's any questions, you can email support@quadshot.com. And happy to, especially when you first start editing, it's one thing for me to do it, but when you get your, you might have some questions, happy to help. Are you done?
Support@quadshot.com.
Here, I'll put it in the chat here.
Stop recording.
Yeah.